Hello. Welcome to Blackwater, the place where good friends tell better stories.
What's happening with your arms?
They're just here attached to my clavicles. You got a problem with that, Dungeon Daddy?
Aggressive.
I'm not gonna do it. You got a problem with this?
This is what happens.
They're my arms. I can do what I want with them.
The actors are striking, and Sean is falling out of practice so fast at being in front of the camera.
I'm allowed to. I'm on a camera.
Certainly you can tell it's not a pre-written bit.
You don't know that.
I was gonna say,
I think that's a good bit.
Is Sean forgetting how to be like human? Like, do we need to
I'm
change more?
advancing what human can be. This is transhumanism right here, baby.
It's the future.
Yeah, this is it. This is Cyberpunk.
Forget about the
2024.
aliens that Congress is talking about. This is the future.
Yeah.
Before we
AI can't do
All right,
this.
let's talk about the
AI
aliens.
can't do this.
I am
This
going
is why
to-
they're striking, because they're afraid of what actors can do.
I'm gonna jump into announcements here because I do want to play some D&D tonight.
And then, can we talk
It's
about
been a
the
week.
aliens after?
No.
Chatwater.
Chatwater. We'll save it for Chatwater. I am going to acknowledge that
No,
we're
but
streaming.
people need to know. You can't hide the aliens behind a paywall.
Yeah, they already had a congressional fucking hearing. What more do you? What are we gonna add to that?
I am going to acknowledge that we are.
Chumps with their sleeves out.
I'm going to take a breath here. And I'm going to acknowledge that we are streaming tonight from the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territories of the Coast Salish, Stolo, Semiahmoo, Kwantlen, Tsawwassen, and Musqueam First Nations, while our characters play in a world that Tim has created. We are honored to live, work, and play on these lands tonight. A big thank you to our sponsors and partners. We are proud to be sponsored by Syrinscape, where epic games require epic sound, and also using Epidemic Sound for this fantastic campaign as well. I actually used Syrinscape for the first time a little while ago, and definitely did need a tutorial, but I found it once I walked my way through it. It was like, oh, this is nice. It was like, okay, it was logical to go through it and to start building the soundscape. So yeah, go check out Syrinscape and bring some ambiance to your table, because it's nice. Ambiance. We are partnered with Legend Keeper. It is the ultimate world-building tool created by DMs for DMs. You can type !Legend Keeper in the chat to find more info. Our Campaign 2 mini sponsor is MTM Printworks. MTM is your one-stop shop for all your tabletop mini needs. Type !MTM as well to find the link to their Etsy store. Our campaign artist is the incomparable Tiana Kovacevic. You can find her everywhere at miss._Marston. Her art is beautiful, and we love her. Tiana, you're the best. Thank you so much. You're wonderful. We are also proud to be sponsored by Familiar Dice, creator of the most beautiful math clacks around. It is just delightful to roll with them, and I am very excited because I need to get that black light out and actually charge up my dice, because they are UV. They are UV.
Give me that wand.
Reactive. I know, we gotta put the batteries. No, the wand is right there. We gotta put the batteries in the wand. You should go type !Dice in the chat and follow Robin, the wonderful creator, across all the socials. And Robin also does custom dice, so you can commission him as well. You may have noticed we are playing live in studio, and we are being hosted here by the wonderfully talented folks from QuestKeep, part of Quest Coast Studios. They have rebranded, and we are super, super happy for them. You can type !QuestKeep in the chat to find out all the details, and we have some thank yous for Roz and Trevor in the studio this evening. Thank you for keeping us on the technical rails. Also, Campaign 2 has its home over on the QuestKeep YouTube page. The episodes are there, so please go check them out. And they've got like the beginning and the middle is actually cut out for you, so it's just straight through to the episode, which is great. And the rest of our content is over on our BlackwaterDnD YouTube page, so please go check that out as well. Some very brief programming and updates. Episode 25 dropped on the podcast last week, as well as our first episode of Mayfield Mysteries, session 0.5 on the podcast feed. I hope all of you have had a chance to go check it out. We will be releasing those bi-weekly on Fridays, so you can go and make sure you follow our podcast feed. Those will be out there every 2 weeks. For that, we've got 4 episodes and the prologue, which just dropped, so buckle up for a sweet and spooky little adventure. We are working on getting Session 0 ready to drop for patrons as well. And we also have Chatwater and a patrons-only Discord, so if you have been thinking about joining our Patreon, now is a really great time to do that, especially as we lead up to Godkiller dropping in late September, and you want to get into Patreon for that. Also, I gotta say, it was incredible to meet so many of you at Gen Con. It was a whirlwind of an adventure, and I am still catching up on sleep and everything else. y'all were so fantastic, and I felt it was such a fantastic experience for my first like big con to go to, and we are all very excited to hopefully go next year. All of us from Blackwater make the trip over, and thank you for coming to the panels and the live plays. And if if you got a sticker, those are like a very limited edition run, and they will never be printed again. So there you go. That's
They're like NFTs.
Tim,
And
why'd
I'll
you
sell.
do that?
I'm willing to sell.
You're willing to sell?
I actually took about 20 of them. So if you really, really want one,
Dude,
$200.
I
real
funged
cheap.
those tokens. I got black market stickers if you want them.
I'm really glad my joke bombed so that y'all's could fly.
I don't know enough about NFTs
Just know
to
that
tell
they're
how
bad.
much irony or sarcasm was
Sean,
in that joke.
the only thing you need to know, you can't funge them.
Can it be funged?
They are non-fungible.
Non-fungible.
They're
I
tokens
think that doesn't make any sense. 'cause
Unfungible.
I've never come across something that I couldn't
Have you
funge.
funged yourself?
Yes, I can. Anything that I've ever seen or met.
You heard it here,
know what I
folks.
fund?
You heard it here first, folks. Sean
Funges
Devnut,
himself.
extremely fungible.
You know what I love about NFTs is they picked the name for something as though fungible was a term we all use. They're like, yeah, non-fungible, and everyone went, yeah, I know what that word means.
Sure.
For sure, I'm smart enough.
I think they came up with the acronym first and then had to scramble to find the
Did Willy Wonka? Wait, did Willy Wonka make NFTs? Because Fungibilius Scrumdiddlyocious sounds like some Ronald Dahl shit, and like
Ronald Dahl is not the name of the yacht.
Whatever, Jimmy
Okay.
fucking Oompa Loompa.
Also not a guy.
I'm getting this back on the rails. Grab your tissues, grab your spider milk, grab your jorts, and your best friends. Whether you are new with us tonight or you have been with us for ages, thank you so much for your support. It is through community. We make amazing things happen. Thank you so much for hanging out at this wonderful table that we love so much. Trevor, please roll the clip. Roll the clip!
So, for those of you just joining us tonight, last week the party managed to, I'm looking at the wrong one. The party managed to escape Wraithmore and avoid detection from the Kaisar, hitching a ride on a fishing boat to the island of Keshoera. It was there they made their way through the tunnels below the island to the Sapphire Cascade, the waterfall at the center of Shy's hometown. And they were welcomed in. Shy reconnected with an old family friend, and they went down below the basin to the Hadal Shelf and to the edges of a trench far below the city. It was there Shy learned that her mother had traveled into the trench to retrieve something about a year prior. And after some further questions, more info came to light, prompting the group to encourage her to use their scroll of sending to send a message to her mother. And that is where we pick up. As you are all, I believe, still by the trench.
Yeah.
Before we continue, we are going to flashback briefly to Shy's house. As you came up to the stairs outside of your bedroom, Esper followed you up. Is there anything you would like to do while you're there?
I feel like Esper I would allow this like kind of private moment, but be there if there needs to be any like emotional support. Esper's just like, I'm present, but not intruding.
Shy stood at the edge of my bedroom door and just kind of like walked upstairs while everyone was downstairs, and just kind of stood at the door, and I didn't go inside. And I think I would have, turning around then, probably would have clocked that you were there, because I don't think she would have been in a reverie space. Yeah, and you were so sneaky and so quiet.
Sneaky.
Oh,
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, you're not intruding. No, it's all good.
You're good. Loaded question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, I know it's my home, and I know you were saying that I'm like a proper landowner and everything, but it doesn't feel mine. And it feels still empty. And I remember
teaching Adri how to walk down this hallway. I remember the time he almost fell down the stairs because he refused to let me take him down. And I have all these little pockets of things that have happened here in this house, but I have built a giant wall between them because it was too hard. And now that I'm here, it's just like roundhouse kick through that wall and said, you have to feel this shit now.
And feel it. We're better. If you're constantly at war with yourself, you're never going to move on. This is the place to choose. You can hate this part of your life, or however you feel about it, forever and never feel any sense of resolution. Or you can feel it. Let it be felt. Maybe you get to move on.
Esper, I'm so angry. It's gonna burn out of me, and that's not helpful for anyone. I was so angry for so long, and I finally got it tamped down, and I had to tamp it down because I was on my own in Ellery, and
You ever try and fit water in a bottle? You ever try to put more water in a bottle than the bottle can fit?
No, that seems stupid.
Yeah, not my words. You can be angry. You're allowed to feel. Why you gotta tamp it down? Be angry. I'm fucking angry. I love things. And I let myself be angry at those things because they're worth being angry about. If you're constantly holding back, then you'll never, ever reach your full potential. You'll never know what you can do if you're always pulling your punches.
I see what you did there.
It was very clever.
It was very clever.
I'm good with
Declan.
words.
Yes, you are, Esper Declan.
Just let yourself be angry. I will say, and I don't want to rush you, but whatever our business here is, we gotta talk to Moss sometime soon.
He's coming like in a day or so. And we could call him to come earlier if you... And that's fine. And we're gonna go.
Even if it's just to tell him what's gone on.
I know.
And then we can carry on with whatever we need to do here, but we need to talk to Moss.
Yeah. I think part of me wondered if anything would have changed here. And I was both simultaneously comforted and disconcerted that nothing had.
This is gonna sound more harsh than I mean it.
Okay. Am I gonna have to hit you?
Maybe.
Okay.
This place changing was never gonna change your past. So it doesn't matter.
Oh, why you gotta do that? That's not fair. That's not fair.
And I think, like, Shy would just kind of, like, hit the back of the door frame, like, with her hand.
That's not fair. But it's true, but it's not fair.
Life rarely is.
Why do I feel like I've given you the same advice maybe 2.5 weeks ago?
No, that was different.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, my life is way harder.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, in some parts, yeah.
You ever died? I win. Just saying.
Oh, so we're keeping track now.
Yes, very much so.
Okay.
And you've got a lot of catching up to do, I promise.
Oh, I'm good at a lot of things, Esper Declan. I'll catch up just fine.
I don't want you to be good at dying. That was a joke. Chill out.
I wasn't talking about that.
Well, that's what we're tallying, though. That's how we're keeping score.
Seems a pretty morbid way to keep score of the
Ain't it
differences
just?
between you and me.
Yeah, yeah. And it's kind of a bar that you'll never reach.
Oh.
Hopefully, I hope. Personally.
Where do I pee here?
Just
what?
pee.
It's all one big pool.
Yeah.
The whole lower floor, it all shares water.
Yeah, the water flows out, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah,
Just anywhere?
I think.
Diffusion's a powerful process.
I've been peeing the whole time I'm here.
I would look up at Esper and say,
Before they go and ruin my house. Thank you.
Of course.
and I think I would put my hand under his chin and just tip it up. And then I would head downstairs.
We will flash forward almost to where we were, but just before that, we rewind a little bit as you watch as Shai takes out the necklace that she did show you from her mother.
Mm-hmm.
And you see as she holds it out and throws it into the trench before blasting it with one of her bioluminescent bolts. And you watch as the necklace shatters, but the crystal inside of it does not. It starts to float down.
What stone is it?
It looked like a sapphire. You assumed it was a sapphire. It may still be a sapphire. Don't know.
Great.
Why do you say it like that?
DM shenanigans.
There's very little I can do. I could mage hand it, but it's not invisible, so I'll respect the choice and just watch it go.
We're going in the trench, team. Not now, but at some point we're gonna have to go get that trench.
And we come to where you were, as you were all just outside of the kind of near the tunnel that led back up to where you got into the other caverns below Keshoera, having talked to Shai about calling her mother.
I feel like we figured this out, like, on land where we can write things down and not have the ink melt.
Yeah. Why don't we head back up? We'll grab some. If anyone wants any food for the night, and we can go bed down. Just my place. There'll be maybe linens there or something.
Miri,
Yeah,
can you call Moss?
sure.
We shouldn't keep him waiting.
I mean, we were gonna maybe wait a little while, but
We don't need to leave with Moss. We just need to contact Moss.
We probably should leave with Moss, because otherwise it's a very long sail to anywhere.
That's true.
here's the thing. I agree with you, but also we haven't really had a moment of downtime, and I feel like I'm just worried that we're gonna rush into the next piece of whatever this is and not have a moment to deal with maybe some things that need to be dealt with.
Why
It's
don't
true, going would be much harder for me to do my drugs.
Yeah, we promised
Yes, that's what I'm
Veranda.
talking about.
What if to honor our commitment to Moss is we're about a day or two out from when we said when we told him to be here.
Yeah.
We'll call him in the morning.
No, yeah.
If he
Oh,
came
I don't mean
tonight,
like
or
right now.
if we came tonight, or if
I'm
he
just-
came in the morning.
I'm just thinking if we do want to go down, we have no way of knowing how long that will take.
Oh no,
I'm
we're not
not
going
going
down to the
down
trench
the
anymore.
trench.
No.
There's no reason to.
No, the trench was sort of an emotional, going down into the trench was about going into self and discovering what lies at the darkest parts. And now that we've metaphorically done that, we collectively, we don't actually have to physically go down the trench
Right.
because it is quite scary. Now that I'm actually at the edge, I am getting vertigo.
Sorry, I wasn't really feeling myself just recently, and I'm kind of.
You scraped a lot of barnacles, mate, in that.
Yeah.
That
You
really
did a
fucked you
really
up.
good job.
You said bruv a lot.
Yeah. I've been doing that lately. I don't know why.
It's very endearing. Please don't stop.
As I've also been saying that I'm going to finger people a lot, and I'm not sure if that's the character choice that I really want to be making.
Let's
swim.
Let's go
I
up.
think it's got a lot
swim
of
up.
appeal and is a good choice for you to do.
Speaking of not that, when we go up, also, I think maybe it's a good idea to before bed.
I'm going to do that
we
in
can
my real life.
Before bed, we could send Moss a message and just say, "Meet tomorrow."
Yeah.
Right?
Tell him to come by and time change. Yeah, he'll probably get here very early. But around noon for us if he's leaving, probably at first light from where he is. So
Okay.
that's good. And then
He might just leave when we call him.
he might, but that's his choice. And if he does, he's welcome to stay at my house. There'll be enough space.
As we're swimming,
Are your toes also ghost? I've never seen your feet. Not that I want to, but are the toes also ghost?
There's no free feet.
Ghost toes?
Listen, subscribe to the Patreon, maybe you'll find out.
That's in character.
Fucking fourth wall ass shit. How far is this journey?
It's like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
We'll handle that on Chatwater, baby.
half an hour, 45.
That gives
Oh,
me a
and we
couple
also
hours.
we're also,
We have to go up slowly, right?
yeah, we have to
we have
wait
to decompress.
a certain amount of time for every 100 feet, and we're about 400 to 450 feet down.
Takes you probably about an hour to kind of slowly rise.
I just had a scientific thought bomb. I'm like, what happened if you teleported? Would you just like head explode?
Probably.
You just if
You'd
were,
get
like,
the bends.
No, you'd get the bends.
In a
You'd get-
serious bad way.
The
if
oxygen
you-
in your blood.
No, but I'm
in.
saying like if like because the bends happen if you ascend too quickly.
Yeah.
What if you ascend instantaneously?
That is too quickly.
No. I'm saying, but like on an order of magnitude where the bends would become like something more.
Yeah, we
is
would
what I'm saying.
explode.
Like it would
The
be
pressure
so
differential
bad.
would be bad.
it would.
You just vomit out your lung.
Cool way to assassinate someone.
It'd be worse than bends.
While we're waiting at one of these spots, Miri's gonna turn to Mark and say, "I owe you a little apology."
You're whispering. Shall we do it in the head?
Okay.
Cool.
It is muffled as well.
I owe you an apology.
Yeah, all right.
The wreath was a really sweet gesture.
Mhm.
I thought you took your hand down, so I thought we were
Well, that's because I was listening.
okay.
But then I responded, because if I'm not doing this, then and so that's why.
You need to model the behavior that I should be doing for this because it's not my thing.
We'll just keep it here.
Okay.
Sorry, you were talking about the wreath.
I'm fine to do this, but
No,
I want to know.
that's
I want to keep
cheating.
it consistent.
If you're not fingies to temple, then it's out loud and just anyone can
I'm gonna
hear.
try and convincingly think.
It's very convincing.
No, there is a timer as the kelp creeps closer.
Wait, sorry, what about the wreath?
I just wanted to say, I feel like I didn't thank you properly for that or acknowledge how kind it was. I was I was in a bit of a mood, so
Well, that's what the wreath is for.
yeah. But thank you. I appreciate it a lot.
Well, I appreciate you sticking
So.
to us.
Always with the sticky.
Or being adjacent. So I don't mean to make.
I'm
things
fine.
weird.
Sticky's fine.
Oh,
It's on my terms. I hang up.
just hang on the line and contemplate that.
Oh, it's like you hang out. No, you hang out, and you just stay on the line for a bit longer.
Except if the other person does hang up.
Yeah.
Without
it's
doing
the
any of
sad
that
version of
preamble.
it, yeah.
So you make it back up.
You went to say
Thank
you
you,
went to
Tim.
say you hang up, and then they just hang up, and you were sad about it.
I'll wait.
Yes, right, Tim?
And you make it back up to the surface. It is night. The moon has come out. It's not terribly late. It's probably only about 8 o'clock. But the moon is high, and it's casting quite a beautiful light across the town as you come up to the shore and head back towards your residence.
I think we'd loop by the Siren's Hall just to grab like provisions, like food to take back and wine and whatever. And
Yeah, you see Phyllis is sitting kind of on like a patio out the back of
It's a
your
nice
house.
veranda.
With John Wick, and she's just nursing that bottle of sea wine.
I was just
Sorry, go ahead.
So I was just reminded. This is fully from last week, but I was reminded of a bone that I wanted to pick with all of you. The fact that you would have the fucking gall to bring up drop bears while I wasn't here.
I knew it. I was like, oh, he's gonna hate this. He's gonna hate
But we
this.
can't
I
circle
was
back. I'm
seething
sorry.
in my desk chair.
We can't circle back. I'm sorry.
I would go up to Phyllis. I would like to try and get a sense of how tipsy our sweet wizard friend is.
Make an insight check.
Yeah, okay.
Advantage.
Thank you
Guidance.
so much.
Why are you casting a spell?
I like to think I know what drunk people look like.
Literally every one of us. Every one of us did it.
We all lean in.
17,
good.
that's 20,
Important roll.
plus 2 is 22.
We need this.
She's pretty toasty.
Yeah.
Quite flushed. And she looks like she's having a good time.
Yeah. I thought I was maybe in the morning we can go swing by and see if there's some. I know you might have some very strong, of course, attachment to your clothes, but something that might be a little bit more.
You look out of place.
You don't like my clothes.
No, your
I
clothes are
love your
No,
clothes.
we
That's
love
fine.
him.
Your
Your
Finally.
clothes
Fine.
are lovely, but for anyone who
A little outdated.
Yeah.
No, it was
No,
something.
yes.
Of course.
If anyone's looking for you, I mean,
I think anyone who would have been looking for me is probably dead. And
well,
has
not
been
that dragon
Or
lady.
they
Yeah,
have
I
dragons.
don't
Or they have
think so.
dragons.
Yeah,
I didn't think about that.
yeah.
Is there any wine left in that bottle, or would you be?
No, this is my second one.
Yeah,
Wonderful. I'm
that's
so
nice.
happy for that for you. Let me go see what I have maybe in the cupboard still, and we can
All right.
see. Did you want some food?
No, I'm perfect.
You are.
Hey,
You're doing
um,
great.
Why don't we sit somewhere not near water?
Why? It's so the breeze
where?
and the moon.
We're just like upstairs, maybe not. You know, I'm just worried about like.
Yeah, we also
want
wanna give Thistle space to do his drugs if he wants to.
Oh, don't worry. Watch this. She pulls out her spell book.
When Phileas
Did you
drinks,
go-
she becomes.
She casts water walk on herself. I'll be fine.
So just lie down face first, and I want to see if it just bobs you out on your back.
No, I don't want to go in the water.
Oh, okay.
The,
Oh,
the
so you got
veranda's
spell
like
on you.
entirely.
Phyllis has been around since before the written word. I think she can handle
Okay,
this.
but we had writing.
When Phileas drinks, she becomes Jack Sparrow.
We are fully gonna wake
Well-
up tomorrow morning and just face down in the water.
Why don't I?
Okay.
Why don't we move over to this side of the veranda? I want to give
Why don't you worry about where you sit, and I'll worry about where I sit.
Honestly, this seems like a vibe that Thistle might be able to enjoy.
Yeah,
while
okay.
they can just be kind
I
of
just don't want her to be his spotter.
Oh, you want to spot me?
You want to do your drugs?
Yes.
I'm so sorry. You should have led with.
No,
I
you
did-
want
I
to spot
did
me? I need a
just
powerful
say that.
wizard to look after me.
I'll watch you do your drugs.
Yeah.
You need another person also.
Sprig.
No, person.
Sprig's the first.
Whoa.
Rude.
Sprig's like a whale,
Yeah.
a being of
We don't-
divine
I don't
respect.
think a whale could effectively intervene
Did
in
you-
the event you were in trouble.
did
Are
you
you
know-
hearing this?
The John Wick
Am I
can
wrong?
ride
And I'm the asshole?
on the back of your raven.
Can he?
It's adorable. They don't like doing it, but I made them do it. It's good.
That's two people. That's John Wick.
That's right.
That's John Wick and Sprig and
Phyllis,
Phyllis.
that's three.
Well, yeah, but it's two extra people.
You know what?
It's-
They are all.
I'm here to encourage this. I like this.
They are all adults.
And I'm gonna lean to.
I tell you what, I'll send an
Watch from
alarm
a
spell.
distance.
That's probably a good
Send an
idea.
alarm spell. So if anything, if you fall,
Yes.
I'll hear it
Perfect.
in my head.
Oh.
Can you put
good.
that alarm spell on like other people?
Sure.
Okay.
Casting a spell.
I don't know anything about magic.
It's gonna take
Does anyone have any silver wire?
Yes, yes.
Wow, great. She like starts wrapping it around.
Is she tripping and she just
She's like literally around the whole veranda.
She means it to be a circle, but it's so fucking.
I love her. I love her so much.
Before Thistle,
Shut up for a second. And then she casts alarm.
yeah, before Thistle gets too zooted,
Who are you saying this to?
it's an open line for her.
Are you talking to everyone?
I'm doing it word by word to each individual person. No, I'll just say it out loud. Before Thistle gets too zooted, would you like help drafting that send, or is that something you'd like to do yourself?
Well, I think it's like, what do I say to her? What could I contain in, was it 25 words? What could I contain in 25 words that would be helpful?
How do you feel right now? Go.
Fucking mad. I want to punch a wall. I want to shove her head into it. I'm angry. I'll start crying. Audrey deserved more. and she should be there as his teacher, and she should have been there as his mama, and she left me to raise a baby by myself.
You found it then?
Oh, I'm just going to start there.
Or what you said yesterday. Like, I think you are right. I came home. I saw that you saw my letter. Why haven't you contacted Muir Adri? That sounds like a reasonable way to start.
It's easy to sort of create stories in the absence of one, and God, you certainly have the absence of any real information about what's going on. So I think giving her at least the opportunity to explain, then, my God, if she doesn't do a good job of that, you can
We have a
be
whole
as angry
other-
as you want at her.
And you can take drugs with Thistle.
As angry as you need.
We have one other scroll of sending if you just want to cuss for 25 words.
Yeah.
I can do that on my own. She doesn't need to hear that unless it's from me to her face. So, okay. I probably won't do it now. I might do that later when I've maybe had a glass of wine or two, because I think I'm angry about it and I'm a little nervous to do it. And I'll probably do that. There's a little veranda thing out on the roof. I might go up there.
There's 2 verandas.
Yeah, it's like a rooftop porch. My mama had a lot of
Place is
magic.
growing on me.
My mama had a lot of magic with the moon, and it's she could be close to the water and then also closer to the moon. So
It's pretty cool.
it's a pretty nice place here, Mark. Okay,
I can see why you left.
thank you. I used my scroll of sending already, so I don't have another one.
Thistle and I both have one.
Yeah,
I gave you one.
I did. I used it to call Roan.
Oh,
Yeah.
you can use mine.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, and I take the scroll of sending and I say, well, my house is your house. If you break something, just fix it. That's all.
Last order of business, should we call Moss now and let him know to show up tomorrow?
Oh, headmaster, we finished our schoolwork early. We're in fucking paradise. Let's chill for a bit. You had a good idea. We can cut some
Why don't we call him in
eels.
the morning?
Okay, sounds good.
Are we supposed to fight some eels or something? I don't know.
Roan asked if we could go and deal with some encroaching kelp and stuff, but we don't have to. It would be nice to help them. They've always been kind to me, and they're one of the more prominent elders on the council. But
We should talk to Moss first, I think.
yeah. And if that doesn't get done, it doesn't get done. Somebody will do it.
Someone will do it.
You want to get fucking zooted or what?
Yes, please.
Just I go into probably one of the cupboards if there was any just linens or anything, and I put some linens, shake them out, and put some linens on the patio. I kind of dust off the lovely furniture out there.
You notice as you go into where you would have stored your linens, there has been a fresh set has been delivered. And it's sort of resting there, all kind of wrapped up.
I go to Philiste. Did you go see our neighbors?
No, but I think some people came by. And I couldn't be bothered to look. Heard some rummaging.
You heard some rummaging, or you did some rummaging?
No, I heard some rummaging. I wouldn't rummage in your space.
You can rummage all you like.
Good to know.
So I leave some some fresh water and some towels and blankets and stuff. And as they're getting set up, I light some of the candles on the porch that are still there, and I go and I fix the wind chime that is broken, and I say, just be safe. Okay.
Thistle,
Yes.
do you want to do the drugs together, or do you want to do one at a time?
I'm just going to start with the one.
Okay.
I have enough to
you make-
experiment with multiples.
Do you want to make it fun though?
I think yes.
No, give me.
No, I'm not giving you my
Oh,
drugs.
no.
What are you going to do with them?
I'm gonna hide. I'm going to have one drug.
You're going to hide them.
No, listen to my.
No, I know
let
which
me
one I'm
finish.
doing.
Oh, you already know. I was
I
going to say
already
you
know.
can kind of make it random, kind of make it fun. No, you've got
I
one
know
picked
what
out. Okay.
I know what.
You want us to leave, or do you want to?
You can stay if you want. I don't think I would be aware, to be honest. But
An aware bear.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Absolutely, right?
But does it drop?
I think I go and start
while Thistle is getting set up, I think I go start kind of like the menial task of like freshening a house. Yeah.
Thistle. What drug would you like to do?
I'm gonna do Mazer's Moss.
Mazer's Moss. Wonderful. All right.
That's the special Famous.
So you
right?
take out the
Yeah.
Famous, the synthetic
I have 2 doses.
Famous.
I'm gonna use 1 dose.
Okay.
Thistle would go find a spot sort of towards the edge of the veranda, sort of underneath the moon. And for those who are still there,
I'd be watching from inside.
I'll hear for this.
just peeking out the window.
This.
I think you guys would realize that maybe for the first time, that you've never seen Thistle take his armor off. It is purely aesthetic, so it doesn't actually serve any like armor purposes. So he doesn't like receive any sort of disadvantages for sleeping in it or whatever. But when he takes it off, he takes the sort of the shoulder pieces off, and you see he's much smaller underneath, like thinner underneath than you would have imagined. And in his chest, he looks like a tree that's been burnt out from the inside. Like it's hollow and blackened on the sides with the veins of that green light. Like a tree that's been hollowed out from the inside with flame. Jeez. And he would sort of sit crisscross applesauce, and then I don't know. Do you snort it? Snort it? Eat it.
I feel like if Giannis doesn't know, neither does Thistle.
No, you would have been
Say to put it on
explained your tongue, and it essentially dissolves, almost like cotton candy.
Oh, I was excited to see Thistle take shots
I
in the
do
dark
this.
of how to do this drug.
Nah, he talked to the dealer. There was elaborate
In
instructions.
the ear.
You just pack it
Yeah.
under the.
The idea of cotton candy
In your eyeball.
fucking island, dude.
Unpleasant.
Yeah. And he would put it on his tongue.
That's if you're
And-
cool. That's how you do it.
Yeah. Thistle is not cool.
So you put it on your tongue. I will have you flip a D2 for me, please.
Whoa.
Which one do I
The
want?
rarest die.
I guess we'll
Call it.
Good trip.
Do I have to call it?
You don't have to call it.
Call it.
I'm
Call
gonna
it,
say
Gavin.
2. 2.
It is a 2. Oh, great.
Which means he-
okay.
That's good. That's a number.
Does that mean I
That's
have to
the
flip
number we
again?
were looking
69 out D2.
Exactly. Everyone knows.
One number was a good trip. One number was a bad trip.
Oh boy.
Was
This number was a bad trip.
Oh, yeah! The number we wanted.
So, as the Famous melts in your mouth, you hear the squeaks.
Fuck, where did all these mice come from?
You immediately smell burning ash. That familiar forest fire smell fills your nostrils. And your body melts away. And you feel a rigidity take hold. And you sense the bristlecone. You see the bristlecone as you once did. It's nighttime. And there's a pool of moonlight around you. And you feel rain start to drop on your leaves as storm clouds start to move in. You hear the crack of lightning across the sky. Thunder rumbles. You feel the ground shake beneath your roots. You see lightning strike into the forest as rain begins to pour now. And suddenly orange flames explode across the entirety of the forest. Steam starts rising from the forest floor, and it's suffocating as fire spreads quickly, and you feel the pain of the forest searing your roots, severing your connections, one by one by one, as you hear the crack of falling trees. You feel the heartbeat of the forest getting faster and faster, and you see in the distance coming towards you a stag of white lightning. lightning cracking off of its body, taking trees down in its wake. And you feel its hooves hit the ground like rumbles of thunder. And as it leaps toward you, you feel the tearing of the ground opening beneath it. As roots rip out and grab the stag, green energy pours through these vine-like roots, grabbing it and pulling it down to the ground, the earth exposed. As it pulls it to the ground, the stag writhing in pain, you watch the lightning strike beside you on either side, as finally the roots strangle the stag. As it dissipates, you can see the roots charred, burn away, as you feel yourself start to fall. And you feel the pain of breaking wood. As you fall towards the ground, you see now a charred mass. Green energy swirling through the still beating heart as you fall towards it. And you feel yourself collide with this mass as the roots slowly move around you. You feel a wind rip across. You hear more cracking of trees as the storm starts to dissipate. You feel the rain lighten. You feel your sense of sight, the way you knew it, start to fade. And something else happens as this mass, your wood begins to split apart and reform anew. You feel the moonlight, its cool touch on your back as your eyes open for the first time. And you glance up and you see a moth in the moonlight flying down, ringed by moonlight that seems to be emanating somewhere off of its back. You see the moth, as it comes closer, begins to take the form of a woman. Tall, silvery hair. She reaches down. My love. And you come too. An hour has passed.
Fuck no.
As you see Thistle stock still. And you feel and see a steam coming off of his body. As you come to your senses, you take 1 point of exhaustion.
So curious to know what the good trip was. Holy fuck. Like every drug user ever, I'm like, what could have been?
I think as I would see the steam coming off, I would kind of like, got some towels just kind of like ready, just in case.
Thistle,
Yes.
you okay?
I will be.
Okay.
You want to talk about it?
I will talk about it, but for now, all I will say is that has confirmed something for me and has set my course. I'm sorry for the way that I have been this last while. I was uncertain of things I believed true. And it made me question you all, and I feel like I now can be certain of my instincts.
It's good to feel like you can trust your gut again. I'm glad.
We're here when you're ready.
Yeah.
Thank you. I think I will sit a little while longer.
And he would just sort of probably, I don't know if he would sleep, but he would sit in the moonlight for a while.
Before leaving, I would just kind of place some like linens down on the patio. My dad's room is at the top on the right. It's got a porch that looks right out over the ocean, and it's the best view of the moonlight in the whole house. So
Thank you.
it's yours if you want it.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
You should get some rest.
Yeah.
Probably don't need to post watch, do we?
No.
Because
I hear this is the safest place in the world.
we don't need to post watch because Fire Ace has got it.
How you doing? Yeah. You okay?
You doing good?
You okay?
Sorry, what?
Hey, Felice.
Yeah,
I know you remember you were lamenting about having to sleep outside. Do you want a nice bed?
Sure, yes. Yes, I would love.
Come here.
All right.
Take her upstairs to my mother's room. And kind of pause at the door. It's hasn't been used in a very long time, but it's
Great.
good
No
night,
sanctity.
Felice.
Yep.
Good night, Felice.
As you
You're gonna thank you. She grabs your hand.
Just kind of like a we'll talk about it. Keshoera and hangover cures in the morning.
She passes out.
As you turn around, you would see Esper at the door to your room with his hand on the handle.
My room.
Yeah. That was the room that you paused in front of, right? Yeah.
And if you're always running away from your ghosts, they'll always haunt you. Take it from me.
Is that you saying you want to come in? Is that you saying you're going to haunt me if I don't let you in my room?
I'm saying it's worth facing whatever you didn't want to face earlier.
I'm going to crack the door, like a little bit.
It's up to you.
Well, after you then, Esper Declan.
I open the door and go in.
And I guess we fade to black.
No. Tim.
A brief fade, but then.
You know, like in the Looney Tunes where it shrinks in and they put their hands in there.
I think before, as Esper walks in, I would kind of call down the stairs. I would go, "Hey, Mark,
Yep.
I got those Wraith Vapors if you ever want to do them. So you just let me know, okay?"
You want me to come up and we can do them together?
Absolutely not.
No?
Maybe another time.
Oh, so just
but-
a general.
Yep.
Okay, because I was kind of bedding down, and now I'm. Oh,
Okay, good night.
can I come up and grab him?
Just make sure you keep Miri with you, but yeah, okay.
Oh, you want Miri to come up as well?
No. No, I want.
We
I
can all
wanted
come up
to-
together. Did you want to? It's
I wanted to.
instead of
offer-
shouting, we can all just come
hang up
upstairs.
too.
I wanted to give him
sorry
the
I said you weren't a
opportunity to
person.
do the drugs because we're in a safe place in my house.
And
We could wake Fire
You
Lisa.
stay right there.
no, this is maybe not the time for me to say this, but I feel like you have too much unresolved stuff.
I'm sorry.
There's too much. There's too much unresolved. Well, no, I was
Did she
trying.
want us to come up?
I was trying to have a moment, but I was gonna then leave, and now it feels awkward.
I like put there was like a finger on my like a hand on my door. I like take the Wraith Vapors out of my bag and I just throw them down the stairs and I go into my room and Esper's already in there. I lock the room and like, wait a minute, what?
let me walk you through what you just did.
No, I'm looking back at it. I can definitely see.
You need to be
the
very
steps.
aware of what you just
No,
did.
I'm aware. Listen, sometimes I'm good with words and sometimes I'm not.
No, that's not true, Esper. You're often very good with words, and I think
Yeah.
you said exactly what you meant. You opened the door and came into my room, and you wanted to be in here.
Yeah,
Yeah?
of course. But that doesn't change. We can't do this.
What?
All right, come back to the
They're all
table.
no, they're all under the table.
I can't do
Okay.
this scene while they're spooning down there. We all know that what's happening.
There was a lot left unsaid with Mal.
Yeah.
I've been running my whole life. And just because I'm used to running, I don't want to rush.
I have no intention to rush whatever this is because there is something there, Esper. Something that we have been. You told me to start saying my feelings, so here we are. There is something that we have been talking around or dancing around or something that people who don't talk about their feelings do very often.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at you. Shut up. You're very handsome.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, but you know that.
I guess. It's never really come up.
Nobody's ever told you you were handsome before.
No, like, you know, it's come up but like, you know what I mean? It's hard to explain. It's not a part of me. I don't know how to explain it.
Well, regardless.
It's scary to feel things.
Yeah.
I can hear the fucking chair moving, you absolute menaces.
Just kiss! Just fucking kiss, dude! Just fucking kiss or something.
Either be under the table or in your chair.
Yeah.
Under
You
the
have to
table.
choose one or the
Under
other.
the table or
I
in
love
your
the
chairs.
image and it's gonna make an excellent TikTok. But choose one or the other. I can't handle this amount of Sean Debner. I'm gonna step forward. And I lean in for a kiss.
Oh, you're so much taller than I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I lean up on my toes and I kiss you back.
And then
Right.
Yeah.
Good night, Shy.
Good night, Esper Declan.
and I will leave.
Okay, heads out.
Wait, you left the room or did you fade to black?
We left.
He left the room.
You left the room?
I left the room. After the kiss, though.
Okay.
That's kiss number 2 for me, baby. Hello, let's go.
Yes, that's why
His
Esper
room.
hesitated.
And
Keep
then
that
face
kid
to
in
black.
the-
Esper kisses the room. Esper kisses the room and then leaves shy.
Is it the kiss to death ratio? Because I'm really into that and I am cleaning house.
Yeah, what's your KDR?
All right, so
Oh my gosh.
Mother of God.
Wow, sorry, you like biffing that on the intro was like too awkward for me to handle in real time. I didn't intend to be
Sean,
on the table that
Sean,
long.
welcome to my life.
I prefer to not.
I think after Esper leaves, I just kind of, there's like a, yeah, okay. All right. And then I think I'd give myself a couple minutes to cool down. And
I sit on my bed with the scroll of sending.
Okay.
Because if I've just gotten the gumption to do that,
Mm-hmm.
it's probably the only time I'm going to truly have the gumption to do anything else.
Okay.
I'm going to undo the scroll,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to send to Marlery Shydare,
Okay.
my mother. You've been back to Keshoera and got my note. You had Brother Deep lie for you. You can at least say where you are.
You hear back.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Shy. If I succeed, you and Adri will be safe. Traveling to the site of her rising. I miss you beyond words, and I'm sorry. That's it.
Is there a mirror in my bedroom?
Is there a mirror in your bedroom?
Yeah, and I go punch it.
You
You
take
just hear a crash.
3 points of piercing damage and 7 years of bad luck.
You know what that means? It means disadvantage.
In campaign,
disadvantage.
Disadvantage on damage.
7 years.
The only way you can counter that is with the marriage spell.
You know what
Only
it is?
for a week.
You know what it is? It's 7 years of Bane. You've just
7
got the
years
Bane
of
spell on you for the
Bane.
rest of 7 years.
Some people believe that in this world. Some people believe that.
And I think the second I do it, I'm just like, oh, shit. And I, like, have obviously cut my hand, and I just kind of, like, sit there for a moment. And I wrap up my hand, and I gather the glass.
I feel like Esper's halfway down the stairs when he hears the smashing glasses. Like, should I go back? Should I? He's just gonna. I'm gonna roll. I don't know. He just goes downstairs.
Always just stay above the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Well, you know, that's a like you kiss someone and then you hear smashing glass and fuck. You're like, uh-oh.
What happens when you kiss a monk? And then don't stay.
Right, yeah, fair.
All right.
And then I eventually probably go to sleep if I can do that.
Do you sleep at some point?
You'll get 2 points of exhaustion one day.
I know.
It's for story reasons, my God.
Story reasons, my dude.
Well,
I think he would fall asleep, but he would sleep sort of on the ground in the moonlight. I think he would drift off eventually.
and you also know, and you would know this as well, there are 3 moons, and currently it is the middle moon that is out. Not the largest moon, or the smallest moon.
Because Riaz is
Riaz is the smallest,
Van Dyne is
Van
the
Dyne is the largest.
Mhm.
I can't remember the second name off the top of my head.
Make it up right now.
It's, I have it right at the top of my document. The
Pumpernickel.
Estra.
Estra. That's
So we
right.
ended up with the moon of globes.
You and I did name the moons together.
Full Estra. It's
That's
the
so
moon is
romantic.
Full. All right, so your rests go on. You rise in the morning to a knock at the door.
I think Shy would be up early, and would probably be just kind of coming down the stairs and open the door. Good morning.
You see Mr. Moss standing there.
Whoa! We didn't
Hello?
even call.
You didn't.
Hello.
You have perfect timing.
Yes, well, I arrived yesterday late in the evening, so I visited an old friend, and I figured I would come by in the morning.
Who's your friend?
A gentleman never tells.
Oh, well, that's how you've been here, because I was wondering.
We won't pry.
I might, but that's just gossip. So come on in, Mr. Moss. It's nice to see you. Welcome to my home.
Nice to see you all intact. Are you well?
Have you two met?
Yeah, we met.
Okay, cool.
We did.
Just making sure.
We are well enough for having just left Wraithmoor. It's not great there.
Also, I am, this is above board. I am assuming Phileas is sleeping off that massive hangover that she has right
Yeah,
now and has
Phileas.
not woken yet. Perfect.
He's still asleep.
That's great.
We managed to complete our task, but we were pursued on our way out by
Dathians.
Dathians. We assume
Interesting.
the royal family.
And
And a dragon.
Bastion.
Yes, Bastion is dead.
McFuck.
Oh, Bastion Janus.
Bastion Janus.
Bastion Dane was there.
Very dead.
He followed us into, so we got to the spot that we thought, that we figured it out we decoded the map and, we found it and
Found it.
Long story short, we got to what we needed to get, and then Bastion Dane is now Ash.
he was,
We still have his feet.
We found.
No, his
we
boots, not his
found
feet.
boots,
I thought his
but we
feet were
found
boots.
No,
multiple.
just the boots.
Oh, just the boots.
And they're not even magical?
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
Honestly, pretty wild. We found multiple items.
Oh, that's excellent. What have you found?
well, the prominent thing is, this, and I would roll out the map in front of him.
Right.
This is all of it. There was a piece from Bastion, the piece you gave us, and we found the other piece in what we think is a shrine or a tomb.
Yeah.
And the coin that you gave us is
The map was in the shrine?
part of it. Part of it, yeah. And this is the tributary, which is
Honestly.
how we found it.
Mr. Moss, we've come out of this with more questions than answers.
What else did you find?
We found this knife. I showed the dragon tooth dagger.
And this belt.
We found
Yes.
a fan.
We should
Yeah,
just show
yeah.
him what we
I'll
found.
just tell him what everything does. I'll be like, I identified everything and explained what everything does.
And we found
Mark.
Mark.
Show him.
We found a wand.
You found a wand.
Yes.
Yeah.
May I see it?
Yeah. It's here in my boot.
Show it to him.
Takes it.
It's right there if you want it for us.
Prop work.
We've got props.
Prop work.
He's like, oh, very cool.
Oh, I like this.
Yes.
Okay, I like Mr. Moss a little more now.
Like a show. Ooh,
Is
yeah.
that how you got his name?
Yes, yes.
He's a bird.
He's
Yes.
a prop comic. Surprise.
Thistle hates him now.
He takes the wand and he sort of inspects it. This is very interesting. Does it always do that? No.
Yeah, only when you point it like
We should
90 degrees
we
below.
should show him though.
Yeah.
I take the map
It shows ley lines on the map.
and I show him everything on the map. All the ley lines emanating from here. I show him the red ones. I show him everything.
We figured out the red ones immediately.
So quick.
Yeah. It was almost first.
I don't want to sound ungrateful for all the help that you've given us, or impertinent. But there are questions that need answers.
Yes, I have some questions myself. This
Why
is-
don't you start?
I mean, it's more about studying the items. Well, particularly the wand and the map.
Well, we might be able to do you one better. We found one other thing. Oh, now.
It's not working properly right now, though.
Oh yeah. I think looking at everyone, we should just kind of tell him from the top. We should
Talking
just
about
I mean, we need to keep her safe. He's going to look out for
So I look at them as they're speaking in their head. Why don't we start from the beginning? And I just we start like slowly, piece by piece, telling him, and for the sake of brevity, all of the information that we've gone through.
Is there anything that we leave out and we can?
I don't think so. There's no point. And he's so powerful. I think we tell him everything from start to finish.
So you don't tell him about that time I shit my pants.
And the time
we don't leave out anything.
The time
yes?
I shit her pants.
Well, I think you joke, but I think we would touch on the fact that your magic has been since using this.
You don't know that.
That's right.
You
We don't know that.
shit your pants and passed out twice. I think Esper's
I
maybe.
passed out twice. I only shit my pants. No one.
But I think we also saw you do an arm stretch and then flop unconscious. So I think I pieced a couple things
And
together.
I think
that's reasonable.
You're say.
so.
Esper played a little bit of Carmen Sandiego when he was a kid. He can put the clues together.
I think if Shy is telling the part of like when we're traveling across Wraithmoor, at the start, I purposefully gloss over Phyllis to tell the story without Phyllis up until the very end. And so once he's kind of sat with that for a moment, and then as Thistle was saying, the other important thing that we found was, and I would tell the story of like how we found Phyllis, and I'll let her tell you what we know, but she's sleeping upstairs. She's gonna have a heck of a hangover when she wakes up.
really drunk last night. But she is.
That is incredible.
I'd say she's probably. I mean, I don't use magic. I'm assuming you're exceedingly powerful, Mr. Moss. I would say she's probably about an equivalent.
Do you know what parties are involved in this? Gates Vale, yourself. Are you?
I mean,
Is
it
there?
seems like the Dathians are as well.
Yes.
I knew they were interested in Wraithmoor, but
I'm sure you will answer this. Is there a party that you're working with, or is this personal curiosity?
No, I am working on my own.
Somebody's got to
Can I
insight
insight
check
check that,
out.
please?
Yes.
I'm gonna inside check that.
I've also used it.
It's useless if I insight check it.
It's a 17.
17? Yeah, seems to
Pretty
be
good.
telling the truth.
22.
Seems to be telling the truth.
25.
Yes, it is.
He seems like he is working for himself.
Well, our hope is that you will be able to protect and keep Phyllis. We assume that if the Dathians were to learn of her existence,
Yes.
that they would attempt to harm her. And though powerful, the Dathians seem to have a full-sized dragon in their employ.
And I'll
At least one.
There is
Yeah.
one.
will also say, having spent a lot of time keeping out of the Gates Vale's hands, staying on the move, something they want, the more it moves around, the harder for them to get it.
Yeah.
The wand is most possibly safest in Mark's hands.
What do you know about the wand?
I don't know anything yet.
You don't know anything?
No, he sent
He
us.
didn't even know it was a wand.
Why'd you send us after it?
He said
I knew
there
it was an
I-
artifact.
You said you had questions, so what are your big questions?
I would like to learn more about the wand. I was going to.
Also, one more thing just to let you know. Phyllis doesn't know that we have the wand. She's very much against the wand.
She's, we were waiting until we were out of danger to.
Because do you fill him in on
Yeah, we'll
the
fill him in on,
history
like,
of
the-
the.
Yeah, everything we know.
We'll catch him up on what we've
And
learned.
our thought was like that if we were out in the wastes of Wraithmoor and we told her all this, we already saw her go catatonic a couple times. It was
Also, she
unsafe.
didn't know us.
No,
We didn't want her to turn on us.
and so we figured that if we were going to tell her, when we were going to tell her, it should have been somewhere safe, and that was not there. We were on the move, and she was so fatigued.
Yeah. Yes. Well, as I said, I was going to do a bit more research onto the history behind the item, but filled me in on quite a lot.
Whatever
I'm
happens,
hoping I can divine a bit about its creation. Phyllis may have some insight on how to destroy it. Perhaps, I don't know.
I think with everything that she was saying, with the volcano exploding,
whatever happened is happening again.
and we're 2 years into a 5-year cycle.
Right.
And especially if the Dathians are mobilizing, this must be why they're combing Wraithmore.
Right. Now, you keep saying the Dathians. Was it their entire
No,
army?
The Kaisar.
it was the Kaisar. It's the ones that we've met before.
There's a
The
princess.
princess,
There's a princess.
The
There's
altar said
screamy one.
for the Kaisar.
the altar
for the
said
first
for the first
Kaisar.
Kaisar.
Was there any other Dragonborn other than the Kaisar, or those loyal to the Kaisar?
Not that
Did we?
we just saw them.
No, sir. You only saw the Kaisar crest.
Yeah, and
Although
we
we
know
see-
that, Chris, because we've met 2 of the
Princes.
princes.
Perhaps they're acting on their own outside of the kingdom.
Well, I mean,
Possibly.
they're according to what we know, they were at once in power.
They were.
And they are no longer.
Exactly.
Backing up, why do we want to destroy the wand?
It seems like it's quite powerful and can tap into quite powerful magic.
Okay.
If you're worried about it falling into the wrong hands,
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
I assume that's what you wanted.
But perhaps it's already fallen into the right hands.
Perhaps. I would like to take it for now, so that I can spend some time learning everything I can about it.
I think that's fair.
We are doing a job.
Yeah.
I think.
Well,
Go ahead.
You know how to reach me.
I wanted to speak to you all about this this morning. I don't know what your plans are for now that we've completed this, but I would love to go to the Temple of Nepsisicut.
Oh,
I was told that there might be someone there who can lift this curse on me,
yeah.
and I don't know if we have any other pressing issues as of now. Give Moss some time to take a look at the wand. Would you be able to get us there? I assume.
I can take you to Temple Philinus, yeah.
Yes, and I can have this curse removed, and Moss can look at the wand, and then we can figure out what our next steps are, if that's all right with
I
us.
have some other work as well. While you were away, I got in contact with a few of my former colleagues. There is another powerful mage who worked for a time with Gideon.
the tower.
No, not Eliban. Her name is Halora. I know they worked briefly together. I think they had something of a falling out. I don't believe they saw eye to eye in everything. But I know she is in Caradoc at the moment, and she needs some folks to help her with something.
Where's Caradoc?
Caradoc is on the northern tip of Wolfar.
That's very far, Mr. Moss.
And I also spoke to Yadira. I believe I mentioned her before. She might have some insight into your curse as well.
I will say, in favor of Thistle, us going to Temple Philinus for Thistle, we could find more information out about the Smoking Dawn.
It should only, I don't know how long it takes to remove a curse, but I can't imagine it's too long, maybe a day.
I don't know anything about
There's
curses.
Caraxian ships in Dresda.
Depends on the curse, really. And if removing the curse goes badly, it's very fast.
Oh, perfect. Then we can be on our way right away. Oh, no, bad for me.
We could find more information about...
We don't want that.
We could try and find more information about the Smoking Dawn and the burning of the Amonkhet Peninsula. We might find some clues.
And Philinus, you say?
Well, yeah, from Philenis.
Yes, I will look into the history books that I have and see what I can find.
So
Is the your friend in Caradoc, is that pressing? Do we?
No, I don't believe she had an immediacy about it, but at some point.
I'm in favour of Philenis, if that's...
Philenis, and then maybe once we're done there, we can, if we find some answers, and then we can.
Dresden to Caradoc.
The journey between, if I remember the priestesses in Temple Ace and Onyx, it's 3 weeks across the desert. So unless
To where?
to
Dresden.
from Dresden to Temple Philenis.
I mean, you could take us to Philenis.
Yeah, but then how are we going to get from Philenis to Dresden?
I call him on the scroll.
I mean, he's not exactly.
yeah.
We're not exactly. He's not exactly up till.
I could stay for a day.
That's so kind.
I mean, we did just get the wand.
That's... Yeah, all right. If you don't mind.
Very well.
Philenis and Caradoc. Doesn't give us much time to investigate the peninsula, but...
We're not being annoying though, right? Like you're chill with us.
It's fine.
Yeah, cool.
Equals.
What?
Peers.
Just so I know, what exactly are you going to do to the wand?
I have a ritual that I can cast to divine some of the legend around the wand. It should give me some insight, as well as a way to identify if there are any curses that have befallen it.
Okay.
Or woven into it.
Okay. Can I be there for that? Because here's the thing. Attuning to this puppy, very difficult, quite painful.
Yes, it was awful.
I am worried about disattunement.
Well, what if while Thistle is speaking to the priestesses of Nymphisicid, I can imagine that that temple might be a really great place to seek healing if something bad happens to you, if you're needing to unattune from that.
She has a point. Have you tried unattuning to it?
No, we were pursued by a lot of dragons and it seemed impertinent.
Right.
Should I? Like right now?
No, I think
I'll do it right now.
no.
I'll try.
Okay.
Do it right now.
Also,
Do it at Philenis.
When are we supposed to
when
do
we
it?
sent to Moss, we did say that we'd be attuned to the
We'd attune to the object.
items.
For safekeeping.
Like Moss was
Yes, and he seemed, as far as the other items are concerned, you're welcome to keep them. I
Thank
think
you.
that's fair, and they seem more useful to you than they would be to me. Do be careful with the tooth.
I was actually going to suggest that maybe you...
Yes, that one is... That's something I have not been able to figure out. I don't understand how Gatesvale fits into all of this.
Well, we think there's
Don't know.
before we go wake Felice, I think we were thinking that the Gates Vale has some connection to Ungle and the Undying when they were talking about Divinus and
Right.
the when Felice was talking about having to make this bargain with the Legion, even though they were undead or in a state of undeath, that it was they had no choice.
Right.
I don't think it matters what Gideon wants. He wants this one, so I oppose that.
Right.
We can figure out what his motivations are later.
Yes.
But we've been seeing the symbol of the hourglass for a while now. We saw one in the Yasil rainforest. A bunch of gnolls around it was making them.
When you sent us to retrieve.
Right.
No, that was...
That was
Becky.
Becky.
I'm mixing up all...
Look, there's a lot
all
of,
the-
I guess, spooky things going on that we don't know a lot about. More questions than answers, right?
We should-
But, yep.
The Gates Vale, I'm not sure if I mentioned... I can't remember if he told you about this. I think he might have. It's, it was an older... It's a cult that's been around a long time.
Mhm. Yeah.
Fallen. People assumed gone entirely, but I guess it had limped on.
The priestesses of Temple Ace and Onyx said it hadn't been active for the last 100 years, and we told them that that wasn't the case.
That is not true.
It could be that Gideon just adopted it and co-opted it for his
Right.
own use, to fit his own needs.
While y'all are here, I'm gonna go wake Felice. And
Just be aware, as far as we can tell, her political leanings and your political leanings are maybe like opposites.
Yeah.
See?
You're like a magic for all, and she's like a magic for just some.
Interesting. Thank you for the heads
She's
up.
of an older generation, you know.
Of course.
Can I inside check like what's going on in his
Sure.
face there?
Yeah.
Help action.
Yeah.
Guidance.
As
I like to think that, like, every time you ask him a question that you want to know if he's telling the truth, you all lean in.
I also like to think that the help
Yeah.
action of insight, because it's like a weird skill to do a help action on, is just the two of us being like, what the fuck is this guy just doing? We're just like
25.
You can see there's like a twinge of that's unfortunate when Mark mentions that it's like magic for some. It seems like that is something that runs very antithetical to Moss's outlook on the world.
I guess.
But he appreciated the heads up to avoid stepping into that hornet's nest.
Come on over to Thanksgiving. It's gonna be great. My uncle's a piece of work.
He is adept at.
my uncle has some thoughts about this
Yeah.
stuff.
She has been maybe a bit more aware that the way that the world works now is not the way the world worked back then, and maybe I don't know what I'm shit at reading people like that, but she might not be as stuck permanently.
I think there's
Maybe.
room for flexibility, but she does come from a magicratic society.
But I
so-
assume that because you are a very powerful magic user as well, you may have some
Common ground.
yeah.
There has been a lot of derision aimed towards the two of us.
I don't think it's been outright.
It's like
But,
micro derisions.
Yeah, definitely.
I'd say you're probably better at feeling that than me. Anyway, I'm gonna go wake her.
We
and
should
said-
hide the wand before she comes
We've said
out.
Oh, yeah,
truth is-
shit.
Hide the wand, hide the wand.
Yeah, no wand.
In the boot.
That mentality is not as dead as you think it might be.
That's unfortunate.
No, yeah.
I'm gonna kind of take the stairs two at a time, and I'm gonna go up to my mother's bedroom, and I'm gonna just kind of open the door and. Felice?
And she looks up. It's like, hello.
Good morning.
John Wick is just like sitting on the nightstand with his feet dangling.
Perfect, sweet baby.
I'll be right down.
I should let you know, we've company.
Oh,
Remember the? Do you remember the mage, the powerful magic user we were talking about?
yes, right.
His name is Decius Moss.
Okay.
He's our patron.
Okay, all right.
There should be some robes in the closet. You're welcome to them.
Okay. Yeah.
And
right.
the bathroom's down the hall if you need to freshen up.
Yes, and you see she casts prestidigitation on her own breath.
Would
as
you
she-
like me to make you some coffee?
No. As she kind of stands up and stretches, and she goes and gets changed and
Great.
kind of quickly.
So she's
dusts
probably
herself
wearing
up.
like one of my mother's clothes. Sick. Cool. It's fine.
Size large.
You haven't addressed the fact that Thistle did come downstairs in your dad's smoking jacket. Just
My
like
dad does not have a smoking jacket.
I'm wearing Adri's baby clothes.
Yeah.
She comes down and introduces herself to Mr. Moss, and they exchange pleasantries.
Vibe check.
Yeah,
are
vibes.
Is there sexual tension?
I give a help action on that.
17.
Guidance.
You're specifically looking for sexual.
I'm looking for sexual tension, no other tensions. Yeah, it's a 20.
Funny. You see, Moss is very charming, and does not let on that anything is amiss. And Phyllis doesn't kind of clock any differently. There does not seem to be sexual tension at the moment.
Oh!
I'm gonna rule it out entirely, but certainly not on this first. She still very freshly out of a loved one.
And also probably
That's
very hungover.
I should fight Moss.
Hi, Moss.
And Moss is charming, but not leaning
Moss leaves.
into that into the flirtation.
Give it time. It's a slow burn. They're wizards.
Yes.
And they exchange pleasantries, and Moss offers to take her back to one of his sanctums, where she can kind of recuperate and
Catch up on
study,
7,000 years.
and share some of the history over what she's missed over the last.
Spiley's is human?
Yes.
Okay.
So if we're going by Captain America rules, she has to catch up on the current music. Like, that's one scene where he's like, oh, I've gone through this list, and it's all just like pop culture stuff, and I'm like, dude, there's some stuff we need to talk about. Like, are they not telling Captain America about some of the stuff that happened?
They did not tell him about
Because he
Vietnam.
crashed. Well, he
Take that
crashed
one first.
before the end of World War II, and so like
God.
World War II ended in a very specific manner.
Civil rights, like you maybe got to catch up on, dude.
Yeah, there's some stuff that's happening.
There's some words you use that.
Are we planning to head to
Different adjective now.
Temple Valenus today? Because that's fine with me.
Absolutely.
Is it actually fine with you? Do you need more time here? There's a lot of us wearing your family's clothes.
All in your family's
To be fair, this house has been empty for the last 5.5 years, and it feels nice to have some. Nice to have some actual life in it, because it certainly wasn't this jovial when we left.
Wow.
So I would like to say goodbye to. I probably should go make a quick thanks to the Elders Council for their hospitality and apologize for not being able to get to the kelp. But yeah, other than that, I'm good to head out. And I truly mean it. And I would extend this to Mr. Moss and Phyllis as well. We have a saying here in Keshoera that my house is your house, and if you've stayed here, then you are welcome to stay here anytime.
Thank you so much.
Just like let me know ahead of time.
Of course.
Okay.
Thanks.
Is John Wick gonna go with you, fellas?
Well, it's up to you. If you'd like to take him along, it can be useful. As long as you bring him back in one piece. That's all I ask.
My worry is that won't happen with dragons chasing us. And like,
Would you
Okay.
like John Wick to come with us?
Yeah, that's a better question.
Yeah.
And apparently now he can ride Sprig, which I
That
have
is
to
actually
see.
that is pretty good. So I do like that.
They did not like it.
And you made them. No, we heard. Yeah.
But it was rather adorable. And I think it might work if he just kind of holds onto the talons.
Yes.
One hand.
Much
They
better.
can try different positions. See what works for them.
Absolutely, they can. But yes, you may take him if you
Proud of that? You proud of that one?
It was perfect.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'd take John Wick and
And of course, if he chooses to go, and he like kind of turns and like puts a hand out and kind of touches her finger, sort of leans over his whole body towards it, and then he hops into your hands.
Does he bring the fork?
Yes, of course. It's his weapon.
I cast continual flame and put a little blue flame in his that consumes.
Also-
no.
And he goes with his little fork. He's like,
Also, Chroma Sutra. We can keep right now. Thank you.
Chroma
Chroma
Sutra?
Sutra.
Yeah.
For them birds. Yuck.
yuck.
Are you proud of that one?
I am.
I am
Take me
not
to the
smart
desert.
enough.
Wash
I know
my
the
brain
Kama
with
Sutra,
sand.
but I don't know, wait.
As
We should move on.
why don't y'all, unless any of y'all would like to come to the Elders Council with me, you're welcome to, but it's not necessary. I won't be long. They should be, it's early. They're all old and they like to get up early, so.
I'll come.
You find them all
Okay,
in the Sirens Hall,
great.
kind of in their morning meeting.
With Esper walking along the way, I don't think I say boo. I don't think I say boo. And we're just walking. And
And Shy has a bit of a shit-eating grin on her face, though. And we're walking to the Siren's Hall.
They're old and they talk slow. And this is going to be a way different meeting than you're used to making with people. It's a lot of like head nodding and respect and thanking people for just existing. And okay.
I've robbed priests before.
Yeah. Okay.
You're all like preparing for Thanksgiving with your uncle and your grandparents.
Yeah, it's a real preparing for Thanksgiving.
And so
episode.
we go inside to
the episode title,
Council.
preparing for Thanksgiving.
You see them all kind of seated around, going about their business.
Do you want me to just like lay down the facts so that they?
Can we help you?
Good morning. I just wanted to. I'm so sorry to interrupt your meeting, but I just wanted.
What's your business? State your business, darling.
Who is this speaking?
This is Nanami.
Yeah, of course it is.
She is the oldest.
Yes, she is.
Come on now.
Very nice.
Speak up.
It's very nice to see you, Elder Nanami.
Nice to see you too, Honya.
Thank you. I was just wanting to say thank you for the hospitality as always. And my friends are very gracious to the town of Keshoera for extending that to them as well.
Well, you're welcome anytime.
Thank
But
you.
we are making our leave today.
This is
The tide will take you.
this is Esper.
It sounds so threatening.
It's meant to be more of a
I know,
platitude
but it
than anything
sounds
else. I know.
like the tide will take you. You know.
I mean,
What are y'all whispering about?
Nothing. Sorry, I
Nothing,
apologize
Elder
for the
Nanami, thank you.
disrespect.
We will. We're taking our leave today.
Okay, you said that now 3 times.
Yep.
Unfortunately, we won't be able to deal with your kelp problem.
Yep. That's what I came.
That is unfortunate.
I'm sorry.
I think Kit is more than qualified.
All right, we'll send Kip down.
No, you can't volunteer Kip and Dale to go do. He didn't.
Oh, you want us to send Kip and down?
No, I didn't say that.
All right. We'll go down.
I'd also ask if there's a
Just Mr. Mackie down in the workout.
if there was a
Kelp is bad,
wonderful
okay?
sea dwarf that we met who aided us in our trip over. His name is Clam.
Okay.
And if he ever comes inland, I would ask that we extend a very, very gracious amount of hospitality to him.
Make a note of it, Mammoth. Mammoth, the next oldest. You see he's like writing it down on a piece of kelp, a dried kelp. He writes it down.
Thank you, Mammoth. It's much appreciated. Okay. Is Roan there?
Yeah, Rona's there.
Thank you.
Of course.
Okay.
Good to see you.
Yeah. I'm hopeful next time to bring Edry.
We would all love that.
Okay. And I think next time we come, would you take him down to his cavern? He never got a chance to go.
Well, I mean, that's usually it's a break with tradition.
When has my family ever done anything traditionally?
Suppose you're right. Well, we'll discuss it.
With the council, who would make the best decision about it?
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you all.
All right now.
And I pick up a couple of.
Waffles in that accent.
How many syllables?
They don't
is
make
that gonna
waffles in Keshoera.
Get some kelp waffles.
Wow, folks.
I would pick up if there was any like fruit or any one of the the boba that are around that would be particularly good with helping with a hangover, something tangy, citrusy, to bring that for Phyllis as well.
Take some back.
And then I bring back out just a bunch of breakfast food for everyone as well.
Stay out of trouble.
No promises.
We won't.
Stop mumbling. You guys said that.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, no, like I said, I've robbed a lot of priests before, exactly like
They're
that.
not priests, they're elders.
So you
Old
head
priests.
back to Shy's house, and you all gather around. You're heading to Philanus.
Yes.
As you all take hands. Well, I guess you don't need to take hands for teleport.
Do
but you
on
do anyways.
tradition.
And it's cute.
John Wick's on my shoulder.
Get in there, Tim.
I can't.
Come on, team.
And you feel your stomach drop out of your butt.
My butt.
And that's where we're gonna take a break.
Oh no! Our butts dropped out of our stomachs, and then we're breaking.
In my head.
Our stomachs
scene-
stripped out of our butts.
in my
Oh,
head
that makes
scene,
more
when,
sense.
when she was like, take that down, Mama, he was like, what did I say? And they just like yell back and forth at each other like
in the
old
TV
people.
show of this, that was about a 6-minute scene.
A little laugh.
Take that down. What? Take that down. What?
Well, they've got to be like almost pushing 200, if not over 200 at this
Mama's
point.
got a seashell that's been hollowed out. as a
Concerns
unicorn.
about this government style.
Of course you do. We're going to take our break. We will be back shortly. Grab a beverage, grab yourself some spider milk, and we will see you soon. Okay, bye.
Hey. Sean, have you seen?
When the world is in trouble and you don't know what to do, got a cold black water and they'll kick some ass for you. So pull up a chair because you're welcome at the table. Come watch us save the multiverse. So turn up the TV and come watch some D&D. Blackwater, we'll roll some dice for you.
All right.
Oh, God.
Oh!
I got it. I got it on a while.
He's really tempted.
Playing with fire.
So you arrive at Temple Philenis. In the middle of this sprawling desert, you find yourself in this beautiful oasis temple. It is open air kind of courtyard surrounded by a 2-story temple that goes all the way around, and there is a large pool of white water. You can see, you're just outside of the front gates, but there's kind of large front gates, and you can see inside there is a small grove of trees and a pool of white water. And you see a priestess comes out as you arrive. Can we help you?
Thistle, you want to take the lead on this? This is your kind of thing.
Yes, I'm hoping to see someone about the removal of a curse.
Ah, yes.
A particularly powerful one.
Yes, I have yet to find someone who can even tell me much about it, but we visited a temple,
Asenonics.
and they said that there might be someone here.
We did a bit of work out there, rescued a priestess or two.
We did.
Of course. Yes, well, come on in. You're welcome to take refuge.
I'm Thistle.
Hi. My name is Nadia.
Nadia. Pleasure to meet you.
We're the Nard Guard.
No, we're not.
The Nadia God.
We're not.
The Nadia God.
Thank you for your
We
hospitality.
don't know who we are.
Maybe go inside.
All
They
right.
contain multitudes.
We are TBT.
We are in
You
disagreement.
are talking a lot. This way. And she...
Talking a lot. Yeah.
TA, baby, TA.
You get led into the courtyard, and you see there are a number of kind of benches along the side in the shade, and there's some awnings that kind of come out from some of the balconies for shade. And you see there are some folks there praying near the white water, and there's a few shrines to that get around. There's a handful of people here, and a number of priestesses kind of moving about. If you'd like, you can wait here. I can have some food brought to you if you'd like.
Thank
Some
you.
water.
That'd be wonderful.
And I will go and talk to the other sisters about who might be able to help you with your curse.
Thank you. Thank you.
And you wait there. Another young priestess kind of comes over with a plate of fruit and some water, and you kind of all sit there. About 20 minutes go by, and two women come down. You see there is a little bit older woman. You can see she has beautiful white hair, and she's wearing quite lovely finery. And next to her there is a shorter woman who's a little bit more stout, and you can see kind of purplish skin, kind of short, nubby horns. And the white-haired woman, hi, I am Mother Oftish.
Hi.
It's lovely to meet you all,
You have a
priestess.
beautiful milk pond here.
You see when you say that, she demurs, and you watch as the purple priestess just laughs very hard.
Oh no, that was canon we hadn't established yet.
Grape
We'd never heard Grape Nub laugh.
Yes. Sorry. It is. Colloquially, we just call it white water. It's a healing water.
That's what you call milk here.
It's not milk.
Oh.
It's not milk. Anyways, Mother Oftish, this is Sister Grapenab. We were curious about the curse you were saying.
Yes, I have been cursed by, we're not sure who, one of your priestesses at Asenonics attempted to dispel it,
Salutra.
but she was unable. She said there might be someone here who...
Where did you get this curse?
That's a fantastic question, young lady. I am not sure.
Okay, so you just woke up with a curse?
You are very confrontational. Excuse me.
I'm just trying
I'm going to go back to speaking to the nice one. Yeah, so I don't know where the curse came from. But if you could help me, that would be fantastic.
Of course, and you must excuse Sister Grapenub. She's direct. She likes to get to the point.
Oh, that's good.
Yes. Well, do you know the nature of the curse? Do you know anything about it?
It was a what was the term you used?
Ianza?
No, that wasn't to do with the
It was,
curse.
I believe, divination magic.
Yeah, it was a curse born of
Jealousy.
Jealousy.
Yes, it was a curse born of jealousy.
Huh. Interesting. All right. Well, I can see what I can do. It is customary for curse removals. We like to encourage a donation. It's not necessary, of course.
Has anyone been kidnapped or anything? Because that's sort of what we've been doing. It's sort of like a trade in kind.
We've only got a
I
day.
understand.
We're also happy to pay in gold.
We can pay, but it's like
Do you accept money?
we're way happier to do crime. Help.
Or like if there's something even far away we could help with.
Well, we have gotten word that a number of our priestesses have gone missing.
We found one of those.
That was you.
That was
Yes.
That was us. Yeah.
Yes, this is why we need a name. Much less confused.
We, Macria was returned. We did have to leave in a bit of haste, and this is our, patron.
Friend of ours.
This is our friend Ben.
It's our friend Ben.
We love Ben.
We can only stay a day.
All right.
How much is the...
But yes, we'd be happy to make that.
Considering what you've already done, I will perform. I will do my best to remove the curse for free. But if I can ask that you keep an eye out for any other priestesses, or if you do discern where they might be, to let us know.
The people who've taken these priestesses are enemies of ours. If we can encounter them,
Our
you can
thoughts,
rest assured that we'll rescue them.
our thoughts were that they are the tower, the observatory,
They were being taken to the Tower of Elaban.
and then we were wondering if they were being taken to a place in Vermalhask, which was where our first thoughts were, right?
Okay.
Yeah, that's where they're based.
All right. Well, that's good for me to know. Thank you.
Of course.
You see, Grapenab goes. I'll find them.
They're targeting your Sammets. They need a way to speak with the dead.
It's a pretty good way to speak with the dead.
Yeah. Hey, take this how you will, but I found that sometimes you can catch more flies with honey than vinegar. So a direct approach is good, but sometimes a kinder tone can get through things faster.
Are you telling me to smile more?
No, I'm telling you to be less hostile.
It sounds like you're saying you should smile more.
Well, you're putting words in my mouth.
Well,
Again,
that's what it sounds
What
like.
I was picking up on, mate. I was.
I think you should
It was
be
icky.
meaner.
I gave
think
me
you should
the
be
ick.
meaner.
Yeah, it gave me the big ick. So you're at our temple. I don't come to wherever you live and tell you how to conduct your business.
that's fair.
Were you not you were the priestess in charge of Temple Aesononyx, right?
I am the priestess in charge of Temple Aesononyx.
Right.
Salutra said that the Covenant sister was making her yearly pilgrimage here to Aesononyx, which seems like a very important job.
I'm just saying, if you're a public figure, you should maybe be able to address
You
the
know,
public
I'm
without
a
hostility.
priestess. I'm not a politician.
God, this
I'm not
is so
here to make
uncomfortable.
friends.
How do you want to find that? I love that you're like, I'm gonna get him. Like, how do you do that? Like,
Well, now I know where they are, so I'm going to take a force and forcefully push my way in there
cool.
and get what I want.
I love that.
What kind of force?
Divine force.
Wow.
How many?
As many as it takes.
I like her now. I've come around. Full circle.
What's the most impressive thing you've ever done?
I've killed a man.
Oh my god.
Wow. Did he deserve it, and did you do it alone?
Yes and yes.
Okay.
No, I know
What was his name?
I know exactly who it
I don't owe that to you.
Okay.
What was his
That's
name?
fair.
What was his
I'm
sign?
not going to tell you.
You know.
It's not important. It's not about me.
Okay.
Anyways,
Don't underestimate these people.
don't underestimate me.
I wouldn't dare.
She turns around and she leaves.
She is quite hostile. I'm sorry.
As I said,
Mother Aftish, that is... Does she deal with the public often, or...?
No, she does not.
Thank fuck for that.
She's the Covenant sister. She runs the temple, and I will say she runs a very strong temple.
Yeah, I can only assume that every acolyte is petrified of her.
We have observed that. It's quite effective.
Yes.
Gets the job done.
Yeah, I guess, better to be feared than loved, I guess.
Do you want to open a temple?
No, I just didn't like that.
Seems like you're
energy.
really chipping out a lot of ideas of how about this fucking like millennia-old organization should do what they do.
No, I'm not
Is
making
there
comments on the running of things, but
Not everyone's.
It's a little unsolicited.
Is there a place where it would be all right for us to wait and maybe stay out of the way while this is happening? We're happy to assist if
Yes.
it is necessary.
What can I do to help?
Are you the rest of you staying for the night?
If that would be all right.
Is it going to take all night?
Mr. Moss kind of leaves it. I can arrange my own accommodations.
Oh, yeah.
Are we gonna do the stuff today?
Yes, we can.
Why am I whispering? Are we gonna do the stuff today?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Right. Come with
Whispering
me.
for people
Yes.
who want telepathic.
Thistle, would you like any of us to come with you? Or would you
Oh,
like-
you're welcome to watch.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Whoever wants to watch, me be decursed.
I would
Please.
just request that a small reminder that it's not a spectator sport, so just if you're going to observe, just observe respectfully and quietly.
Yes.
I'm not a holy person by any means, but I'm happy to come with you if you want.
I'm not respectful by any means, so I think I should go with you, if that's okay.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
You're welcome to come if you like.
no, I'm alright. I'm gonna wander around a bit.
And
Now you're being quite hostile.
no, she leaves her. I know Grape Nub can be.
It was just kind of put me on the back foot.
Yeah, she likes to do that to people.
Yeah.
I think it's her armor.
Ah, I see.
Um,
Yeah, that makes sense. Do you have anyone who could I could talk to about dying a lot?
I don't know how to tell you this. You've maybe come to the best place.
Great. Because I've died a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we can speak.
I'd love that.
It shouldn't hopefully take me too long with your friend.
Take your time.
Well, why don't we go with Thistle and Mary can go with Mawson?
That interaction is walking into the giant Bass Pro pyramid and saying, "Does anyone here know anything about fish?"
And everyone just so wait.
Every time we drive by Bass Pro Shop, this is just a little side tangent. every time we go on their way to the ferry, I ask if we can go. I was like, every time Emma says no.
Correct
Oh,
me
you
if
don't get to go? It's wonderful.
I know.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but that big pyramid, that's the largest pyramid in the world, is it not? I think I read somewhere that it is larger than the pyramids of Giza, and that really upsets me.
In any case, it's a long side tangent that
not
we
say.
can
I'm not
discuss at
serious.
Chatwater.
And that's where we're gonna end it.
I think then Esper and I would head with Thistle and Oftish, and Miri and Mark would head with Moss back to his marvelous mansion. That was many M's all at once.
Moss's marvelous mansion.
I'm gonna open a can.
I know that's a fart, dude.
He tooted.
Last time it went very wrong. So
There.
that's out of the
You
bag.
gotta call your shots.
All right, so we will start with the curse. As Oftish leads you around the pool and just past the grove, there is a small kind of inner sanctum building as you head through into the kind of temple proper. And you see there's a beautiful shrine to Nephthisiket at the end, the black cat kind of standing, the obsidian statue. You smell the incense that wafts through the air and the candles that are lit, and it's completely dark in here other than the candles. She leads you in towards where the statue is, and you watch as she pulls out a beautiful prayer mat and lays it in front. Now, just so you know, this will all happen in complete darkness. You won't be able to see.
That's fine.
And you watch as she kind of gestures out to you. If you'd sit with me.
Yes, of course.
She kind of sits cross-legged on the mat across from you. As you watch as she puts her hands down and darkness begins to spread up and around you, and the lights disappear as magical darkness fills the room. And you hear, "May I touch you?"
Yes.
She leans out a hand kind of on your chest, and you feel kind of a warmth radiate across your body as you hear kind of soft chanting as she does this. And you see at the corner of your eye, and you're not sure if it's your mind playing tricks on you, you see the silhouette of a cat. Just at the corner of your eye in your peripheral. And as you feel like her hand sort of gently move across your body, as she lands on the spot where the lightning hit, you feel she stops. She presses gently as you feel a pain. And you feel that pain grow and grow and grow. And she goes, "I see. I found it. It runs deep. It isn't just here," and you feel that kind of press again and the pain. It's all throughout your body. It's part of who you are. Something divine believes that you have possession of something or someone, and it is furious. There's an anger. It's not just jealousy, it's anger. It believes that you took something that belongs to it. There's pain. Hold my hand. She takes, still her hand on your chest with her other hand, she takes your hand. And you feel as she pulls her hand away, you feel through every fiber of your being this energy being pulled out and through. And you hear cracking as it goes and splintering as it moves through your whole body and pours out of that hole in your chest. And you see it in the darkness. You see this faded lightning crackling in her hands. As she pulls it out, you watch as it writhes and twists and forms. And you watch as she pulls it away. The cat in the corner of your eye starts to move closer and loom larger over top of her, as you see its paws come up around her hand and close around it as the lightning is extinguished. She puts her other hand on your hand. He can't find you anymore. But I don't think that will stop him. There's a God who thinks you stole his love.
She wasn't his to steal. And now he can't see me coming. Thank you.
Oh, fucking
The
line,
darkness
dude.
kind of fades down. You see she kind of rotates her neck and shoulders.
What is the appropriate way to think of Her Grace?
It's personal. However you see fit. Everyone's journey is different. You've been carrying that a long time. I hope your burden is eased. And I hope you find what you're looking for.
Thank you.
I think Thistle would just sort of go and kneel in front of the statue and just pray to Nephthisicat and thank her for removing the curse.
You see, Aftish moves to the door, kind of standing respectfully at the door as you say your prayers.
And I think as he does, the rest of you would smell almost as if like an incense, as that cavity inside of him sort of smokes gently and wafts, almost as though he's like burning an incense of himself as he kneels there.
Purging, cleaning. Yeah.
Nice. All right.
Got a real sage vibe.
Mm-hmm. She kind of looks at you
Oh,
as
I went
just.
for a walk.
Oh yeah.
I would have stayed just.
Oh, okay, cool.
since I
Yeah, he's just a big sage diffuser.
There's something that I would have done during that, but I want to.
Yeah. We'll jump in then.
For that, yeah.
So you two head with Mr. Moss. Now we can do this outside the temple, just over there on that dune, or we can do it in the mansion. But
I feel like doing it in the funky mansion is kind of cooler.
all right. Very well.
Do you think that?
It's your deal.
Do you think the funky mansion is cool though?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. Then yeah, we'll take a cool funky
And
mansion.
Phyllis is with us also. Is she?
Yes, Phyllis is.
Well, Phyllis is not coming
She's Oh,
to this
not.
one.
Yeah.
Maybe she's
Phyllis
Oh, yeah.
is. Phyllis actually.
It's so bright.
Goes
She's tailing you.
and Aftish introduces her to Velvari, the knowledge keeper, and she's led down into the
be old.
catacombs to
She'd be so old. at this
to
point.
exchange stories and to like Velvari is quite interested when she finds out. She starts taking down as much history as she can, and she is old. She is very old.
She would be.
But her hands work like magic.
She'd be like 180.
She's used to scroll her whole life, so her fingers are nimble.
It's
No
just,
arthritis.
just a weird thing to tell us.
It's like magic, dude.
I mean, it's
Got them magic
Okay,
fingers.
okay.
Fingers.
So you get led into the mansion. Moss kind of takes around the door, and you see he kind of pulls out. The green door appears. Opens it up. And you head inside.
It's weird that that needs oil, mate.
click, click.
By design.
It's mostly for effect. I think it's funny.
Moss.
I like Moss more now.
And you get let in, and you see the formation of the mansion is different than the last time you were in. And there is a kind of an open area, kind of like an open kind of wooden room with a small table at the back. All right, and you see a pedestal kind of rises out of the center, kind of flat.
I was going to make a connection with Miri here, just so you know. Signal's open in case anything funny happens.
Sure. Do you want to do like a DNR thing? Like if it goes bad, I can
What's
just
a DNR?
never mind. I'll know.
I mean, dinner is like later. It's
I'm
quite
kidding.
early.
I'm trying to. It's fine. Like if things go bad.
Yeah.
Like if you're like left with. If you're mostly killed but not completely killed, I could just like finish the job.
There's a whole fucking building full of priestesses.
Yeah, I was
whose whole
joking. It
job-
was a joke. I was
Aren't
trying to-
you the type of person who can keep me alive?
I don't think I have the materials. To be honest with you.
Wait, is the only thing separating you keeping me alive and me being dead is material goods?
Well, it depends on how dead you are at the point at which I need to intervene. Literally,
So
I
yes,
have
the
not had
answer
a
is
chance.
yes. You're
Yeah,
saying
in a fashion.
you're not liquid enough to keep me from being dead permanently.
It's a solid, technically.
I
but-
will work on that. Next time, if there's problems of that nature, you bring
I've
that
been
to me.
meaning to bring it up, but we've been a little fucking preoccupied.
We have secret mental conversations all the time.
It's Moss is just standing there looking at the two of you,
Staring at
staring
We're
at
just
each
like
other.
sliding.
Do you want to share with the class?
Oh no, you have something in your teeth. Yeah, no, this place is great.
Just 6 minutes for you to have something in your teeth.
It's a retaining wire. It's meant to be
Natural
there.
20.
Well, I guess we both get to roll for that puppy. That's an 8.
Right. It's not important. All right. Well, Mark, let's just try to have you unattuned to the wand.
You don't want to check for curses first?
Well, I believe we know that it has some curses.
Do
Based
you
on
know
your
that?
descriptions.
I don't know. Look, you and I know the same amount about this wand.
Well,
I'm really counting on you.
I was told you fell unconscious twice
Yeah.
while using.
And I shit my pants once. We've been through this. We went over that in detail. We
Sort
have
of
shared everything
You're right.
with
You know, I'm kind of inferring that you maybe have a curse. Yes, we can. I can identify the curse. while
That'd be
it's
great.
still attuned. You watch as he kind of rolls up his sleeves. He puts his hands on either side of the pedestal.
There you go, prop
Puts
comic.
it in his mouth.
He spins it on his nose.
Whoa.
This guy is powerful.
As he lays it on, he puts his hands on either side of the pedestal. And you see as he does, there are this kind of greenish magic goes into the pedestal, and you see kind of like arcane runes appear over and around it, kind of in the stone, as he focuses. And you watch as there's kind of like a flash, and then he sort of stands up. Yes, it is cursed.
Called it.
It works in twofold. I assume, and I could be wrong, but I don't think I am, you don't know anything about ley lines.
I know where some of them are.
Pretend we know nothing.
Right.
And some of them are godblood.
If you don't know anything about them, if you're not familiar with them, if you don't know how to properly channel them, it acts like a lightning rod.
Pretend I don't know anything about lightning rods.
It makes, it attracts their power to you in a negative way.
Oh.
Would it have caused the pants shitting?
It might have. It essentially, if you're close to a ley line, you're going to get surged with more energy than you are able to handle because you don't know anything about ley lines and you don't know how to control the power that comes out of them. If you did, that effect might not be the case. You'd be able to channel it based on your knowledge. Let me ask you something else, Mark. Everything you've eaten since you've attuned to the wand, what has it tasted like?
Dirty ash.
Everything turns to ash
Just
in
a
the mouth.
dirty ash hole is what my mouth feels like.
Have you been anywhere cold?
Cold? No, Wraithmore's unpleasant, but not.
I wouldn't go anywhere cold.
Oh, fuck, why?
The wand likes being warm. In cold climates, you could become more tired.
Fuck.
Wait, you haven't eaten anything?
No,
but ash
I've been
since
eating it, but it's really hard to keep down.
That's awful.
Yeah, I didn't want to bring it up because we were in the worst place in the world, but I've been having my own private struggles.
Have you seen any visions in smoke?
No, I can do this, and I summon the smoke wyvern watch.
It's the size of a wyvern.
Yeah,
So it should.
but it's made of smoke.
Don't do that!
I meant just regular smoke, non-magical smoke. But
Oh yeah, no. Actually, no. I tried. I tried to commune, but nothing really happened. It just said you don't know enough about me.
Oh, it did speak to you.
Well, no, I just got the general vibe that it's like there's this. It was difficult to penetrate. You can leave. Thank you very much.
You got it, boss.
But you did experience something. It just didn't want.
Yeah, well, like, you know the feeling when you've got, like, something inside of you and you're, like, trying to get a better understanding of, like, what that is, and it rebuffs you?
All right, sure, yes.
The back-to-back sexual innuendos have been outrageous.
It's unbelievable.
Some of them are intentional, and we're just gonna skip over the rest.
All right, well, yes, and when you tried to attune to it, to it.
Big Bird.
I don't know if, did you leave in the part where Thistle tried to?
Yeah, we gave them all.
Right.
No, we left that out. Kept in the
It
shit.
was embarrassing to him.
Yeah.
We would have saved his.
No, I think we would have kept in everything.
Yes, it has.
It was
You have to
very-
be quite constitute to attune to it. That's all I can divine of the curse.
Okay.
As far as unattuning to it,
That's not too bad, actually. That's a pretty light curse.
I don't think you should have any trouble.
Okay.
But there's no harm in trying, unless you get harmed, and then there is harm for you. Sorry.
Are you trying to speak in riddles but couldn't come up with a good one?
No, I don't believe you'll have
In
the same
riddles?
I don't believe you'll have any issue unattuned.
Okay. Insight. Does this guy believe in riddles?
He's the molder.
Ah, fuck, it's 11.
Yeah, he believes in riddles. He doesn't believe in riddles. He does believe in riddles. You don't know.
Man was walking down the road and did or did not believe in riddles.
The weirdest thing happened the other day. I was trying to cross this bridge, but I had a cabbage, a rabbit, and a fox.
Do you think it's more likely that the curse or eating the ash caused the pants shitting?
No, it was regular food. The shitting...
But it turns to ash in your mouth. That means you're swallowing ash.
We're not there. We're having a wonderful.
Charcoal
Oh, I know I'm not there. I'm loving
can
it.
be good for the system. But I don't know about ash.
I think that may be.
Has your shit
Give this guy the wand.
has your shit been black lately?
Yeah, it's been super black. Should we give this guy the wand? Like,
I think it's.
do we trust Moss?
Oh no,
'Cause-
but like,
What the fuck?
I don't know. I haven't known him for very long. Everyone else.
Neither have I.
Apparently,
This is the
the whole
thing.
thing.
I'm genuinely, I'm having a crisis and I don't know who to talk about it. But now's
okay,
the moment.
Listen,
We're gonna give
I
it to him or
think
not.
He's way more powerful than us. We have to.
No, we don't. We can do
We're
whatever we want.
committed to it. We have to
can leave. We can leave the spooky mansion. I'll summon
think
the
that's
wand
gonna
and it'll
go
stun him
well?
and we can leave. Look, here's the thing. The only people we're beholden to is each other. Do we trust this guy? Because we know he wants to destroy the wand. We also know the wand is an extremely powerful thing that can bring back Uncle. And we have a responsibility because we've been given it to us. If we give it to him and he becomes evil, then we gave Mr. Demon King.
Okay, but Mark, I know this is fucked up, but like I don't know him enough to trust him.
It's been the blackest shit. It's been the blackest shit. You wouldn't believe it.
This is
keep going.
3 friends hanging out, 2 of which just texting each other the whole time. And the one other friend is just like, cool, alright.
Trust for me is something that starts at 0 and it goes up or it goes down. Mm-hmm. It's at 0 for me with him. I don't know enough to know if there's ulterior motives to what we've been asked to do. From what I've heard, from what Shai's told me, it seems like he at least has some altruistic motives, behaviors. I don't know.
I'm asking you, because you're the only one here right now.
When I say I don't trust him, that does not mean I mistrust him. It means I do not trust him. I've not built up trust for this guy. I don't trust him, but I also don't know what else our options are. And my dude, your digestive system is fucked.
You let me worry about my digestive system. My digestive system is fucked, but I think I can work through
Please tell
it.
me what Moss is doing through all of this conversation.
I'm talking about shitting my pants, like occasionally.
Looking at the wand, he's waiting patiently.
I do
Just
chip
cast
in.
legend lore over and over again so we can have the spell read to him.
I think we
Tell you what.
we should give him the wand.
You were thinking of performing a strong ritual to let us learn a little bit about it. That might give us some information about whether or not it's dangerous for me to unattune to it. Right?
I suppose so. I mean, if the curse didn't reveal anything, sure.
Yeah, just in case it's like, you go deep into the past and it's like, oh yeah, the bringer of death from disattunement and anything else that might be relevant.
Hypothetically speaking, if we didn't have Mark unattuned to the wand, what would happen? Like, what if he just hung on to it?
I would not be comfortable with that.
Why is that?
Because, Mark, as lovely as you seem, I think you're in way over your head.
Well, we can find out the height of my head based on what your very cool ritual could do.
I can tell you, from what I've already been told by you, I don't trust you with the wand.
Good cop, bad cop.
It's too powerful.
I agree with you completely.
I disagree.
I can understand.
I don't understand.
He's
this
really
concept.
nervous.
I would be as well if I were in your position.
Okay, good.
I have spent a lot of time studying the arcane, and I believe that it would be safer to be in my hands than yours.
But maybe we do the little ritual just to see.
There's
it's a good
there's
ritual.
no harm
it's a
in
totally normal
in
sized
appeasing
ritual.
him, unreasonable as he may be.
You see, he
Just
pulls
feel so
out
cursed by this thing. I'm sorry.
some small
I don't know what good cop, bad cop is.
One of us. So one of us.
pieces
does,
of ivory he lays out
it's
on
a
the
it's
pedestal.
kind of a gambit. Like one of us acts as if we're on his side, and the other acts as if we're not on his side, and it's a way of essentially playing the field. Eventually,
I don't get
convincing him to
sports
do what we
metaphors.
want.
All right.
And you see, as he lays out the ivory, they kind of melt around the wand. And you see they kind of fold up and over and dissipate. You shouldn't have any problem unattuning to it.
What'd you get from the
It was made with the blood of Rythax, woven into the wood after the Age of Ash. It is much like you saw on the shrine. It was made for the first Kaisar, the remaining Drakenweir who survived after the Age of Ash. They created it, and they believed that one day, when Rythax would be reborn, he would be drawn to this wand, and he would wield it. I believe Tyrax was the first to wield it, but he was defeated. If the Kaisar are looking for it, I believe they probably believe one of them is Rythax reborn. If they get their hands on it, that may be true.
inside check?
Insight check, yeah,
Let's
help
see how
action.
fucking straight up this guy is.
Guidance.
So I know what we're heading to this off the top. Oh, and guidance?
Guidance.
You gotta, that's casting a spell. You wanna cast a spell for this guy?
No.
Yeah. I love me a guidance, but.
I don't have your...
Yeah, dude, sorcery's rad.
Damn!
That's an 8.
That
Man, is this guy tough
sucks.
to read. I think he believes in riddles.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Seems
I
like
don't know.
he seems like he's telling the truth, and he adds on. That's how it's able to tap into the ley lines. The ley lines are the blood of Rythax.
Okay. I mean, do you... This is up to you. You trust him? I say here.
Mark, I think your intentions are good. I really do. But if the Kaisar are after you, and Gatesvale, well, I believe in your company. I know how good I am at staying out of sight. Your group is not subtle. You know how to find me.
I'm with you. Whatever you choose, this is up to you. This is you stuff.
Okie doke. Okie doke. Yeah. No, you're right.
You're shutting down, man.
Oh,
You
shit. Sorry. Yes. Yeah. No. This makes sense. You are.
Do you want me to pick?
Pick what?
What to do?
What? No.
You're
No. We got this.
Okay.
Yeah. No. Absolutely. No, you're right. Yeah, the wand should be with someone who is better at learning, and you're a learned fella. Cool. Well, thank you for.
Mark.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm better at learning. I don't want you to think that's why. I'm quite a bit older than you, and I have devoted a lot of my life to the arcane. It's not because I'm smarter than you. I want you to know that. I think you're capable.
Not capable enough. It's all right. It's all right.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. You're right. All right. Cool. All right. Well, enjoy your studies. You've got the wand. We've got somewhere to be. Yeah. Wisdom saving throw.
Oh my god.
He is going to use a legendary resistance.
Oh! Wait.
And he looks at you. Mark,
Yes.
don't ever try to cast a spell on me again.
It was an intelligence saving throw. Would that change anything?
It's still legendary resistance. Ever. And you see his whole demeanor changes. I'll let that one slide. But do not ever test my mercy again. And that's where we're going to end it tonight.
Fuck.
Oh, I do not like the word mercy.
Yeah, I don't love any
We're
of
going to talk about that
that.
in Chatwater.
That was really cool.
We're going to talk about that in Chatwater.
We burned a legendary resistance. That's what we did.
Always look at the brain.
Okay.
The fact that he has legendary resistances
Doesn't
suggests
surprise
bad
me.
things, but
No, it
suggests-
doesn't.
The mercy thing though definitely
Chatwater.
does.
We probably should have done this on the dune.
Not in, like his domain. Thank
I
you
just
so
want to go where things are cool.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We will be back next week with more of this and more of our main campaign. Please stick around. We're going to go raid someone awesome. Please put your thumbs up, everyone. I don't have one, but I hope somebody else does. Adam. Sean.
Fucking when you're suffering from a dry ash hole. Get that goo right up in there and touch
Good night, everyone.
Elevated.
Good night, everyone.
Oh.